We're good? Okay, good.
Yeah. Just get everything set up here. Move you here. Okay, hello world. Hello Hoppy. How are we?
Hello, hello world. Oh, bloody wonderful. Wonderful. Super itchy all over my body, and I have no idea why. It's great.
Oh dearie me, I hope it's not
Been
something like an allergy or
wondering if
something.
Well, that's what I've been thinking. Is it might be like an allergy to whatever the laundry detergent is.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I've had that.
because I only get it when I sleep, and I get it like in parts. It's like a really itchy mosquito bite, only in like certain points. But there's no way a mosquito could have bit me there, if you know where I mean.
I'm not asking where I mean, but I do know where you mean.
Well, it literally is anywhere above the knees and below the waist. Just if that gives you a little bit of clarification
Oh,
on the general area.
oh yeah, we've got
Although,
the
and I
area.
do have below the knees. I do have below the knees too. I have one here, one little bite here. But I actually think that's just a mosquito. So
Oh,
what can you
that's
do?
funny. It
The
is.
joys of being in Bali.
Well, Hoppy, I was doing some research and that
That's
on
just
what people are doing through this
there we
through
go.
the lockdown and that, and a new thing that came up were 21 questions in lockdown, and people have been doing this.
Oh,
But
okay.
I did my own research and I thought, well, that's all right. We've got burning questions. I thought that were good. That what could we do today? And then I come across this article: 20 questions to ask instead of how are you doing right now? And it's by a woman called Elizabeth Weingarten. And I hope I say her name. It's either Weingarten
Just if
or
this
Weingarten.
puts in perspective.
OMG, what is that? Is that your wine?
No. Although, on the notes of wine, this is just a coconut.
That is
It's
massive.
not just it's not just a coconut. It is a coconut that I'm scared will break the plate if I don't hold it properly.
OMG, Oppe. That is just the biggest coconut I have ever seen in my life. That's, that'll feed a family of 5.
3 times the size of my head.
Where did that come from?
Oh, I'm chopped it open today.
Oh, that is bloody awesome, Oppe. So yeah,
Anyways,
so going back to the 20 questions, I thought, well, this is great. So this Elizabeth Weingarten, so she's actually she's like works in uh, with all different things of to help people get through different things. So like it starts off, how are you doing right now? That's the question. I've been defaulting
oh,
to I've been defaulting it to on the phone, over text, over Zoom chats during this time of ballooning COVID-19 fueled communications. It was a useful question at first, an assumption, 3 signals of care, but it became a query that seems to now inspire a script, reflexive response that often includes an acknowledgement that someone is hanging in there, despite the circumstances, while also feeling gutted for the folks who are struggling more than they are, risking their lives to save others, healthcare workers, a food delivery, parents who are homeschooling and working at the same time, a single mother who has the virus being tended by their toddlers. When we keep asking the same questions, or no questions at all, we lose out on a chance for deeper connections with our conversations. And I think that's so true.
it is so true.
We take everything for granted. Like I take Kyle for granted, and he takes me for granted, and we don't actually know personally how we're really feeling deep inside of that. So I thought this would be quite good, and she's actually put up 20 questions, and the first 11 questions is all about how to say how are you doing differently. So to get a more so it's more like
So
it's
you
not,
get a more in-depth answer of how they're doing
than a conversation stopper.
rather than a superficial answer. Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than a conversation stopper, like, I'm doing great. Okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
That's right. And in
Kind
this
of thing.
challenge, and she's saying in this challenging moment, let's move
Why
beyond.
are
How
you
are we
doing
doing? Get
Which
more
is why I
serious.
brought my coconut up.
Fantastic.
I said I was doing great, so I wanted to bring you, and couldn't almost fit it into the screen, but I managed.
So I'm going to start off with the first 11 questions for making a true
All right,
connection
let's do it.
or maintaining team cohesion. And this will be good for everybody out there. I think if we're still in lockdown by the time this goes on our show, if we're still in lockdown, then I'm hoping we're not. I'm hoping by the time this goes on, we're going to be out of lockdown. But we'll see. But if it don't,
We'll see.
I think this is going to be good for people anyway, just to say something different. So here we go. So first question is, so I'm calling you up here. How are you taking care of yourself today? And you're going to bring up the coconut, aren't you? You see, you've gone bigger on the coconut, and I had the cans of Aha, but now I've gone bigger too.
Whoa, Aha.
So, question number 2.
Also, on that note of coconuts, I tried the wine today.
Did you try the wine? Which one?
The coconut one.
The coconut one. Is it good? That's not the.
Terrible.
It's not the one that's gives you the rash, is it?
No. I tried that like just before.
Okay.
Had the rush for a little bit. But no, I tried it. It's like vinegar, to be honest. It's super strong. So what I've added a bit more sugar to it to let it get more sparkly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer. And I might add something else to flavor it. And then I'm going to put it into the fridge to cool it, to chill it. And that will hopefully give sparkling something to it. But I also overdid it with the fermentation process. You're meant to only ferment it for 24 hours. I fermented it for 3 days.
That's all right. Do it another 3 days. See how that works.
Thank you. Although the honeymead's almost there. The fermentation is almost stopped. It's almost stopped. It's coming to a standstill.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward for that one.
Oh yeah, that one. I'm sure that one would taste good. It has to. So much effort into it. It has to taste good. Like that. There is just.
I quite like this because it actually rings to the first question. How are you taking care of yourself today? I think that's great. You're taking care of your alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah. And I got the house to myself.
Oh,
kind of.
That's great.
Yeah. The family all went down to the beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
Forgot to tell me, but it's great.
Well, it's good to have your own time.
I think that's what they were thinking, and it's great.
We're going to get to that in a minute on the question.
Yeah, let's go to the next question.
Okay, the next question is Come
on, we're doing fast here.
No, what part of your shelter in place residence have you come to appreciate the most?
Oh, interesting. Very interesting question. Come to appreciate the most.
See, mine, I was going to say.
Honest?
I was going to say
mine
bedroom.
Would be the pool.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I totally agree. Like, you just said, what, pool?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, mine's garden.
Yeah, mine would be garden, but I don't have one.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think pool and being anything to do with outside.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Anything to do with outside. But like the pool, because I had my ear infection and I wasn't able to swim for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I bet you've been in and out
And
like a. I bet you've been in and out like a rabbit does rabbit
well, it
things.
used to be that was my morning routine. So I don't know. I don't know if anyone else does this, but well, most people don't have a pool. But like for me, my morning routine was to. Well, I always sleep naked. Like that's just a have to be more comfortable.
Yeah,
And then
it's good
to
to
wake
know.
up, my routine was always to have a cold shower. Jump in, have a cold shower.
Ah,
And it refreshes the whole brain, it wakes you up, it gets you ready for your day. And for this, having the pool, it's even more of a, like, you just dive right in and you're like, whoa, I'm awake. And that was
nice.
like my morning thing. And then now that I can do it again, anyways, that's the
Fantastic.
part that
Well, I'm really happy that that's happening for you, Hoppy, because it's great. I totally agree. I think it's
I still can't hear properly out of my left ear, but
it's all right.
what can you do
We're getting there.
other than go to a doctor? But that's too much.
So that's good. So we've got the garden, we've got the beer, and that. So now, third question: what surprising thing have you been stocking up on that isn't toilet paper?
Well, as a family here, we go through 50 of these coconuts a week.
So yours is coconut. It's so funny because you're out in Ballet in a hot country, and you're doing fresh coconuts and really getting lots of coconuts in, and I'm in Canada in a cold country, and I'm getting lots of my drinking. That I'd never do before.
You'd never do that before.
I'd never have done
No,
that
and
before.
that's the coconuts I would have, well, unless I was here in Bali. In Australia, I was getting a lot of beers in Australia.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about, no. We'll go to the next question. I can go back to this.
Oh, I don't want to. Let's carry on.
All right.
I know we'll forget. So come on.
We will. The other night I was trying to download all of my photos and videos for work that I'm doing here, and it was just taking forever. So I've been doing research, which kind of started me on the honey mead and all of that, and then I just been looking at more different quality wines and what you can do and how easy it is. And one of the guys that I've been following, actually, I should bring up his thing, is maybe I got it here.
Yeah, and send it to me.
Oh, here it is. So his name is Correre di Coyachula something. Anyway, this dude is very, very Italian, and he does like all different baking things. And one of the things he was teaching is how to make your own yeast. And I'm watching it for hours and hours and hours on how to make your own yeast, how to make your own bread,
nice.
how to make like banana wine, pineapple wine, grape wine, rice wine, like all of these different things. How to make sun-dried tomatoes, how to make sourdough, how to make croissants. And then I turn around and my brother's going, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? And he's got his phone up and he's videoed me for like 20 minutes just watching on how to make, like this is late at night, how to make croissants. And I'm like, and he caught me saying, oh, cool, eggs. I never knew it. That's what they did.
Yeah,
and it's a glazing egg. croissants, and that's how they get the really nice glaze look on the top of croissants. And then they do the folding over of the butter. Yeah. It's like a whole sheet of. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, Kyle's well, you got to remember Kyle's a baker, and he still watches all these shows.
Yeah, see, but I'm not a baker. Like I've never baked in my life.
He still watches it, and it's interesting.
It is interesting, but I don't know.
Kyle
just
watches.
Caught me.
Kyle watches.
Watching it by myself, sitting on the dining table, doing my research. He's like, "What are you researching today, huh?" Yesterday it was wine. The next day it was how to make your own yeast. Then it got onto baking, and I was like, "Oh, it's just a big." But this Italian guy, he's great. After he does it, he tries it, and he's like, "Oh, buonissimo, buono, buono."
We do the same with gardening shows. There's tons of them. They're on everyone. Yeah, he puts them on, and they're on non-stop. In between that and Animal Crossing.
And it was great. While he was making his own yeast, he ended up making a glass of wine for each one, so of the grape and of the apple.
That's awesome.
And then when he was baking the bread, he got to have a glass of wine with the bread. It was like perfect.
And this actually, and it's really funny because it actually goes on to the next question that does up here. Because what's a story from a book or a movie or an article, a conversation that you've been gripped by recently, and why did it capture you? Look at that! You just answered that question.
I just answered it. Boom. We're in sync here. In sync. Like.
So don't forget, send me that clip so I can put it up on here.
Oh yeah, yes I will. You'll have to remind.
So then after that, another question is what habit have you started or broken during the quarantine?
Habit that I've started.
Well, it's probably drinking the coconuts because you were never doing that before.
Well, yeah. I think a habit that I've started would be, well, 1, drinking the coconuts. 2 is I don't think I walk anymore. I just ride the motorbike.
Yeah.
And I love to ride it as fast as I can down these little roads.
And I'm opposite. I've gone from walking to driving car more now. I'm driving car everywhere now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what I went from walking to driving a motorbike. It's the same.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
We're the same. It's just I'm driving a motorbike, so I have 2 wheels, you have 4 wheels. It's still the same thing.
It is.
Opposite would be walking.
I know.
You've got some driving.
But that's what I'm saying. See, you've got the bike. Oh, you're gonna make me swear. That's awesome. Now this is more for really for me than you, because you've really got everything still open over there. That there's nothing really. You can still go out in daytime and go to different places.
And I've picked up cooking.
Because we can't, you see. But which specific place in your neighbourhood are you most looking forward to visit once this is all over?
Oh no, we do have that. We have one here.
See, you have that all open, don't you?
Not all. No? There's still like restaurants and things. Yeah, some of the restaurants, not all.
Yeah.
And restaurants still have the social distancing. So a restaurant that you would normally get 20 people, you only get 10 people. So so it's still not the same. But the main one that I would be wanting to visit is there used to be a place called the Yoga Barn here, and they have the best dance parties. 200 plus people every Sunday and every Friday, and there's no alcohol, surprisingly, that I would actually really like this, but no alcohol, and you just dance, and it's
Oh,
crazy good
fantastic.
dance music for 2
That
hours.
sounds right good.
Yeah, so I would love to visit that place again, but they're closed
Yeah, yeah.
indefinitely.
Well, for me, like it's just like just being able to go back to a restaurant and sit down and have a nice meal, probably to a Thai restaurant or something like that. But what's not open at the minute?
Yeah, I've been getting into the cooking Thai. I haven't cooked pad Thai though. I want to cook pad Thai.
Oh,
If I can figure out pad Thai,
that's Kyle's
golden.
favourite. I can probably get you a recipe for the pad Thai.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and send it
I would.
over.
I can make an epic yellow curry, a good green curry, and a decent um, red curry.
Nice.
But I can't make anything else Thai. That like curries, I'm good on. I can make mee goreng now, like fresh mee goreng, which is good.
That's
Not
fantastic.
the packets.
That's great.
Yeah.
And the next question's an interesting one. And I looked at this question for quite a while. I'm thinking, it's actually harder than what it is. It's what's the easiest part about the quarantine?
Easiest part?
Yeah, what's the
Ooh,
easiest
I don't.
part? What's the easiest part about this quarantine to you? Like, I know you're in a bit of a different scenario to a lot of countries, and we are too, because we seem to be doing quite good as well compared to some. But like, what's the easiest part? Do you know? And I looked at this and I went, do you know? For me, the easiest part is I can sleep any time at day now.
Mm. See, I don't have that because I still have the idea of having to find work. Because like
Well,
you're getting paid by the government, aren't you?
I've got that coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. For me, I've already got that coming.
Yeah.
But I'm also. Oh, favorite part of the lockdown is the fact
Now,
that
the
I have the time, or the
the
easiest part.
easiest part.
Not my favorite
But I
part.
like your favourite. Tell us about your favourite. Carry on.
Favorite part, being able to study many different things at the moment.
Nice.
So, one you guys already know, which is my brewing
Yeah.
stuff, which we'll see how that goes. Next time we're on, I'll be completely sloshed.
Either that
The
or
brewing is going along great.
either that or food poisoned.
Or I'll be running off to the washroom. We'll see. They're coming out of both ends. Let's hope that that's not the case.
Absolutely.
Because I got it separated from oxygen, so it's not getting contaminated, and the bottles were brand new, so there was nothing in them before except for water, so they're good.
Ah, that's fantastic.
There's no. I made sure that there's no other what's it called, micro
Yeah, yeah.
organisms in there to ferment as well. So hopefully I won't get sick.
So
But
I
the
hope so
other
too.
thing is being able to study massage, and
Oh.
I just actually made a post today because I've been slack, and I don't need to read you the post.
No, just
but
send it.
I made a post to the Ubud community,
Yeah.
which is the community here in Ubud. Pretty straightforward. The name kind of clarifies that. Didn't need to clarify that. Good job, Hobie.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's to study Lomi Lomi massage therapy, which is an Hawaiian bodywork. So I'm studying two different types, and then I'm going to merge them into my own practice.
Nice.
And studying Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing good.
Oh, but it's coming. Don't worry.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So going on to the
And
next question then, Oppe. So going from that, so what are
I
some
still don't know
things?
the easiest thing. Huh?
No, no.
Easiest thing is I don't really have any obligations. There we go.
Oh, that's actually an interesting one.
Yeah.
Well, we all have obligations, I think. It's just it's how we feel about them
Well,
now.
I just can't get.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's now
That's
how
true.
we
We
feel. It's
don't have
like, do you
obligations to we don't have an obligation to get up early in the morning. We don't have an obligation to go to bed on time.
I don't really have an obligation to work because
Yeah,
I can't.
that's right.
And some people just aren't looking. I don't have an obligation to. I can't. I don't have an obligation to go get my visa renewed and fly off to another country
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That
because
That's a good
because
one.
I can't. Yeah.
So, going on that, what are some things you have realised that you don't really need?
This is an interesting one. I don't know if you've noticed this, but sometimes when you message me, I just don't get back to you.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that for long. You've never changed. Is that a change? Is that supposed to be a change? I thought that was same in Canada. I thought that was same in Australia. Let me just get this right.
But it's worse. It's worse than ever before. And the reason is I've stopped buying data and Pulsar for my phone.
Oh, okay.
So I just, for the last week or so, 2 weeks, I just haven't paid for data. I've just been like, whatever.
Yeah.
You can get me when I'm home.
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
out, I'm out.
Yeah.
So it's almost making a weird thing. Like I was gonna go eat at a place with my mum, and she went to the bank and I went to the bank, but we have different banks. And then even though I told her where I was going, she didn't listen, tried calling me and left because I didn't have any data. So I was like, well, okay, just go eat by myself. Like it was a weird, like back to the old days of where you set up a meeting and if it doesn't go through, it doesn't go through, and that's
right.
it.
Mine,
it's actually really interesting.
I don't really need a coffee no more. I
Ooh,
don't.
I had a coffee today.
Like I love coffee.
First one in 8.
And I don't really need to go to Starbucks no more. And I loved Starbucks, but now I don't really care about them no more. Unfortunately, sorry Starbucks. It's not you. It's just this thing there.
That's actually a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been drinking tea majority of the time, like a really nice tea, and that's it. That's all I need.
I'll tell you,
See a bit
teas.
of-
Nah, we've got like 8 different types of mint up here. So like now you can make a tea from all different flavors. We've got pineapple mint and everything, and it makes some really good mint, refreshing tea.
Mint tea.
It's really good.
That's cool. I haven't had mint tea in a long time, but I've been having a lot of black tea.
Nice. So
I love my English breakfast tea.
So on that question, what's something you own that feels useful?
Something I own that feels useful.
In this time, remember we're in quarantine, so.
Well, I have a few things that I own, and I've kind of been working on limiting it to the things that are useful throughout my travels. So I'm pretty good on that.
For me,
so I got my computer, camera, but really the thing that feels useful at the moment is my knife. I bought a knife.
Nice.
A sharp knife, big machete, and I've been building a whole bunch of little things with the kids.
Oh, bloody hell.
So
we have this
the knife and string. Perfect.
We have this gardening knife that we bought. Kyle, what's it called? A hori knife.
A
Ope.
hori
Yeah,
knife.
it's made from Japan and it's great for. It's the most usefulest thing I've ever bought for gardening in my entire life. It's a knife,
Oh, yeah.
but it's shaped. It's got a blade on one side. It's got a rugged on thingy, so you can chop things down. You can sow things down. You can get in the ground to pull the weeds in. It's everything in one little knife. It's fantastic, Hopper.
That's epic.
Oh yeah, I'll send you a
That
picture
is
of it. It's
really,
you won't
yeah, send
believe
me a
you won't
pic.
believe.
I would love to build something like that over here.
I'd have
Or
never have
get one,
thought.
but it's just too hard to get one.
I never have thought that a knife was so bloody useful when it came until I got a hori hori knife. And now we carry it
You
all
should be
over.
you should be on the like advertisement ad for it.
well, the one
You know
thing
that the
we could do this up here.
testimonials for it.
And that
Oh God.
this is my This is the Ring Fit Adventure. Let's start.
Ring Fit Adventure. Talking
that's
about Ring
one
Fit.
thing we own. That's the best thing as well. The Ring Fit Adventure.
Talking about that thing, there's this ad that always comes up on their space something thing, and anyways, I don't know the name of it. Whatever, not important.
Okay, so
Ooh.
now she's got this as
I
question
have a
number
call
10.
coming in.
I've got you a question number 10 coming here, Oppe. And it's an interesting question. And it's like,
Number.
it's
Hit
like,
me.
what is your COVID-19 nickname or alter ego? Like, it's like, do we call it something? Like, do we just call it the virus? Do you call it something? Do you call it COVID? What do you have a
What do I
nickname
call
for it?
COVID?
See, I really don't.
A
But
little-
some people,
a little
I could
bit worse
imagine
than
some
the flu.
people do. Like, they probably don't like to say it because if they say it, then it's like bad. Do you know what I mean? So, but it were an interesting question. Like, what is your COVID-19 nickname? So people must be using it as a nickname to like not say it. So
The crasher of economics.
yeah, and that like it could be anything like that.
The death of small businesses.
Yeah, and it's really funny how we don't really say it sometimes, but we do actually bring it up in them kind of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I don't know. That's a difficult one.
But I'm going to give the next question of all,
That's a
because
difficult one.
this is the last one of the easy questions. This one, and the last one is what problem, either yours or
The easy
something.
questions.
Yeah. So what problem, either yours or something more global, do you wish you could solve?
What problem?
So what problem, either yours or something more global or somebody else's problem, do you wish you could solve?
The problem that I wish I could solve would be, what's it called? Honest. If I could eradicate GM products from the market and the law of being able to own a live living thing, that's what I would try and abolish, because that in that way GMO basically takes over a massive amount of crops and converts them, and then local farmers who have their own organic farms can actually get pollinated by the bees from a GMO crop and end up having that strain, the GMO strain, and be sued because they have that strain in their crops, even though there was nothing they could do about stopping that bee from pollinating their plants to pollinating. Like it's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, love it, Oppe.
And then they can take over that land. It also would mean that, I don't know, if people could go back to the point of knowing about food and growing their own food, we would never have, if this economic crash happened, everyone would just go back to farming and it would be fine.
I totally agree.
No one would care about
all the plants that we're growing, the food plants. We're not spraying things on it. We're just growing them.
Yeah, you don't need to.
So that's great. So now we're just going to take it a quick. We might not go through all these questions, but there's 9 questions. So,
yeah, we're already at 36
But there's 9
minutes.
questions for taking things a step further, right? So these are questions to consider if you're interested in deepening connections in your one-to-one meetings or your virtual coffees or people outside of your work life. And I thought these were some good ones. So question 1 was, what's something that you miss that surprises you? What's something you don't miss that surprises you? So what's something that you miss that surprises you? But what's something that you don't miss that surprises you? So
that surprises you. Okay, 2 questions. They're 2 questions.
So it's like 2 questions, but
what's something that you miss? Well, it is 2 questions.
See,
what's something that you
mine's coffee.
don't miss?
Mine's coffee. I thought I'd miss coffee. I don't.
Yeah, until you smell it. Sorry.
No, I really don't. I really don't care no more. I can have 2 coffees and not even think about it no more. Isn't that crazy? I used to have 20.
20 coffees a day? No.
Yeah. Oh, I used to have 1 before I go to sleep. I used to say if I didn't have a coffee before I went to sleep, I can't sleep.
That's ridiculous. That is the dumbest possible, most illogical answer.
Telling you. So that's my biggest surprise that I don't miss no more.
What do I not miss? I don't know. I don't really have the.
What about
well,
something
I guess mine was the data, having data on my phone. I thought
what about
I would.
Something that you don't miss that surprises you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't miss having data on my phone.
Yeah. No, that's true. I don't really care either.
Because I can connect to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I actually haven't even been doing that much research because I've been like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to hang with the kids.
I'm going to go straight on to the next question because this will be a quick one because you're actually with your family. But which member of your family or friend groups have you been thinking about the most during this time and why? See, I'm happy that we do this Shooby-Doo because I talk to you regular. So that's great.
Yeah. No, it's great. It is great. It's absolutely perfect. It's like, yeah. Best mate gets to chat every day.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's epic.
But in terms of family though, that's a big one because I just reconnected with my dad, literally only for 3 days.
Yeah.
But this was 3 days after 5 years of not seeing my dad.
Yeah.
5 years, and so I got to meet my sister for the first time, and got to meet my younger brother for the second time, but he couldn't remember the first time. So. But I finally got to reconnect, so I'm missing them. That would be the main.
But the good thing is, up here, when this is all finished, it's all gonna be good.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna definitely go back and see them.
Yeah.
Like that's the number
fantastic.
one.
Like mine, I call my mum and dad up every single day, every day.
Oh, you do?
Even if we have little arguments on phone, I call them up every single day.
Yeah.
Another interesting one, which I found interesting, but it's hard to answer, is what's the most generous act you've seen recently? That. And for me, it's just a.
What's the most generous?
Yeah, and
act?
for me, it's not actually to do anything to do with money or buying somebody something or doing something for somebody. It's actually just when I'm out in garden. People come over and say, "Hi, lovely garden." I think that's great.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's everyone. So in Bali, there's a place where my mum lives, and they're all digital
Yeah.
nomads. So they're all out, busy, constantly doing something. And at this time, none of them can work or do anything. So all of them at the moment are just out and going to grow their own
It's
food.
fantastic.
And so they've all been helping out whatever they need. They've been doing and buying a few things for the house, actually being in the kitchen, having community dinners, and actually becoming a community, which is what they've been.
Yeah, I feel that's what this street's coming about. I think our street where I live now is actually turning into a community, into more than a community than what it were before. That.
Yeah, I think that's what this time is going to create, is those connections to the people closest to you. And
this next one's an interesting, is what's the last thing you experienced that made you laugh or cry? Mine's always talking to you.
I actually got both of those experiences in the last thing that I did. I got a massage from a guy named Itong, and he is honestly, like, he does deep tissue fascia work. And you've heard me talk about that before. And myofascial release. And oh my God, if you have anything that is tight or like where the fascia needs to be released, where it needs to be worked, it is so painful that I have laughed, yelled, and cried all in one.
That's awesome.
Like, you're laughing because of how painful it is. So that is
funny.
But afterwards it feels
I only cry when Kyle beats me up.
You just got to wait till the after. Oh, come on, Kyle. Domestic.
No, yeah, I only beats me up when I deserve it.
No, we're joking. Yeah,
that's most of the time.
Probably quite regularly.
So what time of the day or week are hardest in these times? See, we had the easiest, now we got the hardest.
What time of the day of the week? Time of day of the week would be, honest, early morning when I want to wake up and I just, in the morning where you want to just take it easy.
You don't want to do out.
Yeah. Yeah, you just want to wake up early. You can still wake up early and just be quiet and have a cup of tea, meditate if you want to, play a little bit of music. And instead, I just stay in bed because I know if I get out of bed, I'm going to get bombarded by the kids. But I want to get up. I just don't. So that's
like, I know that after when I finish here, I'm going straight to bed.
I will. I have to go back. I actually have some work.
That's awesome.
That I'm not getting paid for.
I'm so excited for you.
Not getting paid for. Volunteer
now,
work.
Does that go on?
I'm going.
Oppe, does that go on to your next question? What's giving you hope right now?
Oh, yeah, I got some work. It's good.
That's awesome.
And the massage, studying the massage, because if I complete that, then I can start. I have a whole community that I can start massaging, and that's not a big income, but at least it's some kind of income.
The next question actually links all in up here.
And
that what's the best thing that happened to you today? For me, it's always the garden. Yeah, I know. Yours is coconut. I'm just so bloody jealous of that coconut. I just can't believe how big that coconut is. I've never seen one, and you actually picked that off a tree, bugger.
Yeah, it literally is. Like, that's my
Okay,
head.
so I'm going to do these last two questions really quick. The next one is, so how do you want this experience to change you? And how do you think it will? That's a good one. And with that one, following on to the next question, what do you hope we all learn or take away from this experience? So these two actually link in together, and I think it's
They do. They totally do. Um, the wait, what was
so.
the
How
first
do
one?
you want this? How do you want this experience to change you? And how do you think it will?
So I'm just gonna go straight on to. I want this experience to change me in a way that I can retain information
Nice.
rather than just being a goldfish and forget
Yeah,
it right
yeah, yeah.
away, like I just did. But no, on a serious kind of serious is I want to be present, more present in each moment, so that I can actually enjoy each moment. So whoever I'm with at that time, and that's it. So right now, I'm getting to um, be an
Yeah,
uncle
yeah.
and actually be there for my
Nice.
nephews, and like yeah, just be present.
And yours is present, and
And
mine's grateful. I'm just absolutely grateful for what I've got and what I have. I
oh yeah,
just
great. That's
I've
well,
like
that's kind of what I'm trying to say is like being grateful and being
yeah.
present is kind of the same thing. It's like to be present, you have to be grateful, I think, in a way. Not
No,
really.
no, but you can.
But that's what I'm going for. Is like being grateful for what I have and then also being
Yeah,
present. Because really we are a lucky
we
few
are, and I just hope we
and
don't go through this ever again. I hope even the next people after me, when I've gone from this world, I hope they never go through anything like this again. I know they probably will do,
yeah.
but I hope that they never do.
Well, I hope that
Yeah,
we learn
and I hope we can
from it.
grow from it. I really do.
I hope we learn exactly. I hope we learn from it and yes,
Just
grow from it, but actually grow food
oh
as
yeah,
well. Grow your own food.
get as big as your coconut.
Everyone, everyone should have their own gardens, and whatever country you're in, grow whatever food is local to your country. Do tree massive like forest. What are they called? Like where you can
Yeah,
forest
yeah.
gardens.
Well,
So
my
like you have
niece,
big trees,
my
small little
niece
trees, and then you do
my niece who was living in Australia
chop and
a minute.
drop.
She's actually
Yeah,
going fruit picking. Yeah,
fruit
yeah,
picking,
it
epic.
is.
Is that to renew
That
it?
well, they're going to offer her another visa, but for another year, so she can come back next year if she decides to.
Yeah. So everyone in Australia, just tell her to be mindful of which farms she ends up
Uh,
working on, because some of the farms, because it is mandatory to renew your visa, you have to do fruit picking. Um, some of the farmers take
yeah, yeah,
advantage of people, so just be
yeah, yeah.
careful.
But I'm sure she's going to be fine and she's going to be great.
Well, just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
smart. Just be. That's
Uh,
it. It's like not. It's not a hard
ah,
thing. Yeah, you just be logical about it and be like, I'm not taking that. See ya. Or yeah.
uh, but that was it,
Yeah.
Oppie. I thought it were fantastic, these questions,
That's
and
it.
I thought it were great.
They're really good. They're really good
They
questions. I
really
like
are.
them. They really are.
So
Yeah.
that, and I think it's good for other people to
Yeah.
actually know that they can actually say more things than just "How are you today?"
Yeah. What's different
Yeah,
in your life? Brings up brings up a better thing than how are you? It's like, oh wait, what's different
Like,
in my
show that
life?
coconut again, Oppie.
Yeah, you have to think about.
Oppie, show that coconut again, because I'm just so bloody jealous. I think if Kyle found that on Animal Crossing, he'd get a fortune for it. Look at the size of that. That is bigger. Can you put it next to your head?
Right next to
that is. I can't believe
it is big,
that is
bigger
bigger
than,
than your head, Oppie.
It's double the size of my head.
I thought, bloody hellfire. Is that full of? Is it just full of drink? Can you actually? Is it got meat inside it as well, or is it just a young coconut for drinking?
It's got meat. I would show you, but if I tip it,
Are you gonna lose the milk?
well, yeah, I would lose a lot of it on the thing. But I kind of ate it, so it doesn't look good.
Oh
anymore.
yeah.
Maybe I.
It's fantastic, Oppie.
It's actually perfect. Like, so these are called Kalapa Muda, which is young coconut.
Nice. Well, on that note, let's.
Here we go. Did I get it?
Oh.
Doesn't look very good. It looks like
like
a little piece of snot.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
We're not into bondage already, are we? No. On that note now, Oppie, we're going to say goodbye. So say goodbye, say your goodbyes, and everybody don't forget, subscribe.
Goodbye.
From Victoria and the card captures. We all say goodbye and we love you all. Oppie, you're amazing. We love you
all. Oh, you. Love you, man.
Oh, that's fantastic, Oppie.
Oh, that was a good one.